Connecting with people, engaging with them, and learning from each other is how we find our biggest rewards. As a people and as a nation, infrastructure development plays a pivotal role in our growth and development. Access to good road networks, highways, and bridges is crucial. But that's just one main ingredient in the recipe for achieving progress. It's about planning and foresight towards a sustainable and prosperous future. Of cargo and crowds of travelers are setting off from one of the biggest and oldest piers in the Philippines. It's going to be another busy day here at the Batangas Port. This was declared a national port in 1956, serving as an alternative to the one in Manila. The harbor brings in huge revenues and helps stimulate the economy.
In the 70s, the Port of Batangas is quite a small port, wherein only small bangkas and small vessels coming from Mindoro, Romblon, and other provinces used to berth. Although from the very start, the Port of Batangas is already an international port, this being a port of entry, where it caters to both international and domestic vessels. When the PPA was created in 74-76, PPA intended to expand the Port of Batangas in view of the strategic locations. Today, the Port of Batangas consists of two phases. The phase 1, which caters to domestic cargos, ro-ro vehicles, passengers, and all kinds of cargos. It also caters to imported vehicles. About 98% of the brand new cars are passing through the Port of Batangas, coming from Thailand, Malaysia, Indonesia, and India, and some of the luxury cars from Europe. Recently, we have just completed the multi-level parking areas. It can accommodate no less than 5,000 units at any given time.
Ito na yung area natin for ro-ro passengers. Dito sila makakuha ng mga tickets going to Mindoro, Romblon, and Katiklan. Manually, dito ni-issue ang ticket. Going na ito papuntang Terminal 2. So this is the main entrance. So operating ito ng 24 hours. So lahat ng mga pasahero proceed sa second floor at yung mga PWD, mga pregnant women, dito sila nag-occupy sa baba. We are now in the ticketing area of Passenger Terminal Building 3, where the passengers going to Puerto Galera, Calapan, are buying their tickets here. Ito lang pong side na to. This is the ticketing area of passengers going to Puerto Galera, Balatero. So yung ating mga local and foreign tourists can avail their tickets here. Ang pasahero natin mostly average tayo daily na 6,000 to 7,000. But during the peak season, meron tayong average more or less 14 to 15,000 daily. Outgoing only. Especially this season, we expect na marami itong pasahero na darating dito sa Port of Batangas. So, ito yung area for screening of baggage. Ni-scrutinize, chine-check, bine-verify, at lahat ng bagahe pinapadaan dito before entering the Passenger Terminal Building 3. Fully air-conditioned to at the same time. Marami tayong available ng mga chairs na may capacity na 1,500.
Phase 2, which is now called the Batangas Container Terminal. This Batangas Port Container Terminal is intended purely to handle containerized cargo. For container cargos, we have 4 gantry cranes and 8 rubber tire gantry. We can handle 40-footer containers or 20-footer containers. It's coming from China, Singapore, Hong Kong, and Taiwan.
Batangas Port is very important for the connectivity between the islands, especially those travelers going to neighboring islands of Mindoro, Romblon, and western part of the Visaya area. Ito kasi ang transport system para magkaroon tayo ng magandang transport ng mga cargo, ng pasahero, day and night. Kasi operating itong Batangas Port 24 hours.
It's easy to go from Manila to the Batangas Port. It's just a quick drive via the Southern Luzon Expressway and the Star Tollway. From there, you can get to many different coastal destinations, like parts of the MIMAROPA region.
MIMAROPA region is actually made up of 5 provinces. The biggest one is Palawan. Of course, we have Oriental Mindoro, Occidental Mindoro, Romblon, and Marinduque. With these provinces, we know that tourism is a real economic generator. When we talk about Palawan, it's a prime destination of the country. To date, we have 2.5 million tourist arrival in MIMAROPA. We are looking to develop tourism enterprises and ventures in the provinces of Mindoro and Romblon and Marinduque. That's why we are actually prioritizing connectivity and access to these provinces. Most of our domestic tourists love to travel via sea vessel. So Metro Manila goes to SLEX, SLEX to Startol, Startol directly to the Port of Batangas. Connectivity-wise, when you talk about Batangas Port, it's a major gateway. Indeed, it's a real help because without this Port of Batangas and also even with the Startol, it would be quite difficult to travel to the areas of MIMAROPA.
One province that's accessible from the Batangas Port is Romblon. It's a group of islands that boasts of one of the best preserved natural environments in the country. In particular, Sibuyan Island is commonly known as the Galapagos of Asia, and that's not all this place has to offer. There's one product that's really putting the province on the map: marble.
Romblon, you have the marble industry. And it's now really growing up as a destination. Connectivities had been designed to really gear up Romblon.
Ang ama ko po ay isang manglililok talaga ng marble. Yung mga figurine, ma'am, mga elephant, mga horse, pig, dolphins, yun ang mga kalimitan na ginagawa namin nung araw. 2004 kami nagsimula sa export. Minsan kasi ma'am, may dumaan na isang foreigner na nagtanong sa amin kung saan ito namin binibinta. Sabi nung foreigner na dumaan kung pwede daw ako mag-supply sa kanila. Ayun, yung simula. Ito naman, hindi naman to kinukulayan ang marble. Natural ito siya. Ito naman, yung mga gray, ibang quarry din ito. Kasi ma'am, pag sinabing marble, kahit anong kulay yan, ganun lang din ang tibay nila. Bawat size yan ay iba-iba din talaga ang presyo. Ito yung paggawaan ko na kung saan yung mga item, dito namin ginagawa. Bagsakan din ito ng mga materialis namin na nakukuha namin sa mga bulubundukin. Galing ito sa bundok. Magmula bundok, karga na ito ng truck. Tapos ito gagawin na namin.
Nagsimula ako dito, may aabot pala ako ng 3 taon. Ito lang kasi yung hanap buhay namin dito. Marble lang po. Masaya pa ako dito sa ginagawa ko po. Malaki naman po na itutulong kahit pa paano. Dito nalilibang po ako. Dito kinabubuhay namin panghabang buhay na to.
Hinahulma yan, may pattern. Gumagawa kami ng pattern tapos ilalagay namin dito. Tapos gagayatin yan ng grinder na malaki. Gagawa ko ito sa isang araw, 4. Yung trabaho ko Dito kami nabubuhay.
Nandito tayo sa bodega ko. Pinapak namin yung mga marble namin ang ganito. Pasensya na kayo ma'am, alikabok dito sa amin, ganito talagang buhay namin Kung walang alikabok, walang pagkain. Ito ma'am ay 50 boxes ito. Lahat. Ito papunta na ng England. Tinatracking po namin ito ma'am, papuntang Maynila. Dumadaan talaga muna ito siya ng Batangas ma'am. Kasi yun ang port ng magmula dito. Sakay po ng barko, parang roro. Di-deliver yun papunta ng forwarder.
Marble production has kept local businesses growing.
Nandito po tayo ngayon sa Romblon Shopping Center kung saan matatagpuan po ang sari-saring design ng marble. Simula po ako ng negosyong ito noong 2010. Ito kasi ang hanap buhay lang dito sa Romblon, marble. Dati ang tinda ko lang mga kitchen, ito lang, display ko. Sa pagsisikap po, kahit kaunti ang puhunan ko, umunlad din siya. Sari-sari po mga figurine, mga accessories, pag summer at saka yung pista, yun talaga madami din kaming mga customer na dumadayo, mga turista. Okay ang pabinta namin. Kung matumal, kumikita lang ako ng mga 1,000, sobra lang ganyan. Pero pag sinuswerte rin, sa isang araw, nakakasobra rin ako ng 5 o 4,000, ganyan.
Marble, ito lang yung kabuhayan namin. Kasi sa Romblon, yung sikat, kabuhayan, marble. Tsaka tinatangkilik din ng mga tourist, local o mga foreign tourists. Kaya gusto-gusto nila marble. Umpisa kami nagtinda ng marble since 1990 pa Ito yung lahat ng mga items na gawa sa marble, sellable lahat. Gusto-gusto ng mga local tourists o mga foreign tourists. Ito mga flower bees. Mas gusto-gusto ng mga buyers kasi naiiba yung mga gawa-gawa namin. Ito is mostly magaan na binibili ng mga customer sa mga oval tray, plate tray. Yung sa akin kasi medyo malaki-laki ng konti ang mga items kasi may bumibili din na pang negosyo nila. Kaya yun itong naisip namin na mga items na i-display. Marami naman nagtatangkilik. Last summer nga, mga nabinta ko, mga lamisa lahat, mga malalaking table Dispose ko sa Batangas, Manila. Kasi hindi tayo makatransport ko ng mga daan na mahina. Kung mga sira, yung mga tulay, mga ports, may connection din yun sa business. Pag magandang mga daanan at saka yung mga facilities, madali ang transport local man o mga foreign tourists. Madali sila makapunta ng Romblon. Dahil sa marble yan, may mga kabuhayan yung mga tao dito sa Romblon Nakakagawa sila, nakakanegosyo sila. Kaya malaking pakinabang ng Romblon Marble.
A relaxing beach day is just one quick boat ride away from the Batangas Port. Puerto Galera in Mindoro is an especially popular tourist hotspot because of its long white beaches and beautiful dive spots.
Puerto Galera is considered as one of the most beautiful bays in the world since
2005. Since 1973, we are Man and Biosphere Reserve. Aside from the natural attractions, we have almost 200 plus accommodation establishments all over Puerto Galera. We have Angelines, we have El Galion, we have Coco Beach, and Aplayang Munti as a day tour for the tourists. Yung mga guests natin can enjoy their theme park, the water theme park. They have the cottages, the huts for picnics, for day tour. Kanila kasing beach doon, Pebbles. In El Galion, mostly they have there are foreign visitors because they have the dive shop. Sa Angelines, they have the food. The foods are really delicious. They offer international cuisine. Being in the beach naman, parang you are very free. I think that's the biggest advantage of visiting Puerto Galera as an amazing town of the Philippines.
Through the years, the boost in tourism has transformed Puerto Galera from a mostly agricultural economy to one that's more service-oriented.
I decided to move to Philippines because of my wife. We opened Utopia in 2010. Where you are now is our newly constructed atrium. Here we have a wonderful view. Over here we have the beginning of the ocean. Up here we have the mountains. When you look over to this side, you see the entrance to Moulier Harbour. Occupancy of our rooms, during the high season, we probably have about 70% occupancy. This room was designed in such a way to match the balcony. The ceiling was designed as a wave. Every socket is international. I'll show you in the bathroom, which is designed for people with disabilities. We have a beautiful balcony. From here, again, you have a beautiful view of Varadero Bay. Here, all our rooms are named after flowers. Let me take you down to Sampaguita, the room which we use for honeymoon couples. Welcome to Sampaguita. As you'll see, this is a beautiful lounge. This is the kitchen. Let me take you upstairs. Before we go into the bedroom, we go up onto the balcony. Now you'll understand why we call this our honeymoon suite, because there is so much privacy here, and you have a fabulous view second to none. This is the honeymoon suite, the bedroom. There are frosted glass so nobody can see, 100% privacy. Here we have our pool bar. Over the back we have our grill and pizzeria. It's named after the previous owner who called it Tanawin, which means view. We changed it to something that we found as the best alternative, Utopia, which basically means heavenly. We're seeing people come across on the fast boats. They can come on the Ro-Ro. We have walk-in guests every single day to come and use the swimming pool. They come and have some food, have a pizza. I think now Puerto Galera is going to be a key destination, not just for diving as it used to be. I think it's going to be a major tourist destination because of so many other activities. We have some fabulous mangroves. We have fish sanctuaries. I just love the Philippines. The first thing, I love the Filipino people. Most of all, I think I love the weather, a lot of peace and quiet.
Fridays was established in 2017, December. The resort itself is around 3 hectares. Fridays Resort is the only exclusive property here in Puerto Galera. No other neighborhood, but only us. The accessibility is by boat and by air. We have this pool that caters for the family, and that caters also for the diving. We have a dive shop, and this dive shop have these dive courses that would cater for dive enthusiasts. What makes Fridays different, it's exclusivity, and also our cottages. It was built by architect Palafox. As you can see, it's designed with nature, made of kugons. We have around 24 rooms or 24 cottages, and now we are going to one of the cottages. This is our premier suite room. It's about 77 square meters. It's equipped with Wi-Fi, internet, and smart TV. And this would be our bathroom that have a closet and bathtub. During the opening, we only have about 20% occupancy. We grew up around 70% occupancy. When you're coming from Manila, traveling from South Luzon Expressway, Star Tollway, you can go for ferry boat. Fridays increases its guests through the efforts of the accessibility.
Aside from those, we have falls. The Iraya Mangyan is our native tribe. Talipanan Mangyan village. It's a complete village. They have the demo area, they have the selling area, and a lot of display made and woven by our Katutubo. And we're very proud of the products and also the people of Irayas. The mangrove conservation of Puerto Galera. We will see there the entire mangrove area, the natural habitat of fishes and other sea creatures, and it's one of the most popular destinations in our town. The best part of Puerto Galera is having all natural attractions. For 2018, we have 267,962 tourist arrival as compared to 2017, which is around 256,000 more or less. This September of 2019, we already have 187,622 tourist arrivals. You can just imagine how many tourists are enjoying here, how many tourists are coming back to Puerto Galera. It's the experience. It's the proximity from Manila to Puerto Galera.
Infrastructure connects areas not just within the island, but to places far beyond. That's why it's hard to put a number on the value of roads and bridges. As long as you have access to roads that lead to the sea and airports, you can go anywhere.
Imagine leaving Manila as early as, let's say, 7 o'clock, and they will be arriving here more or less 4 hours using the Star Tollway and the SLEX. It's convenient for them, for our tourists, and for the residents as well. If it's Roro, it will take you around 1 hour and 30 minutes because it's passenger and vehicle. But using the other fast craft, it will only get you around 50 to 55 minutes, and you're already here in Puerto Galera. Infrastructure is a major component of tourism industry. If you do not have the major infra, like roads, like bridges, I think tourism industry is going nowhere. You have to build all the necessary roads for tourists to stay, to come back.
Road development, I would say very important. There is a need of really opening roads and putting up a good access and connectivity to our sites. Developing areas, like for example, destination, it's only on 3 things. Something to see, something to do, and something to buy. And that is the reason. But you can see anything if there isn't any access.